takes a Jules word for it as in scent, and he lifts it up, exposing the tunnel, sort of a hole that leads into inky darkness. Aegon, Liana, and Miraz fall because of their vision. They're able to see inside that it leads. It's quite a it's a relatively short fall down, all things considering. Maybe about 20 feet, 25 feet. And once you fall down, there's a bit of a ladder.
I'm gonna light my torch.
Okay, you light your torch upstairs, on top?
Yeah, before going down, then I'll hop down.
Alright, you light your torch. Okay, there's a flare and...
It's holding one hand, and the other's sworded.
Okay. Okay, Aegon motions for himself to drop first. Suzu, you can use Dancing Lights? What does Dancing Lights do?
Oh, that summons a bunch of, little... Hold on, I have it. I was gonna cast, just light on a rock, but that works pretty well as well.
Well,
Yeah, Suzu can cast Dancing Lights if she'd like.
Oh, yeah.
Is there any way that she would like to cast it?
Seductively.
No, she'd wait until she was down there and then sort of just summon them and grin like an idiot.
Okay. Alright, so, if everyone's ready to jump, Aegon goes down first, you plop down, and the water sort of sloshes up to maybe a little above your ankles as of now. And you look around, there seems to be nothing that you can see.
Can't walk on water yet, can I?
You can motion.
Are any of us wearing the boots that we picked up from the,
You did not pick
We
up any
didn't get
boots.
the boots.
Isn't that half of our detour?
Yeah!
Yeah, luckily, as I imagine my outfit as a swashbuckler, I have fairly high boots to begin with. Do I?
No, you have sneakers.
Sure. Yeah, I can see it. Like these nice...
I'm a ninja used to jumping around, so... Combat boots? Leather ones, obviously, since I'm wearing leather armor.
Sorry, Mass.
Oh, Suzu.
Sorry, Suzu.
Oh, no.
Can one of us carry Suzu?
Sure, yeah.
I
Suzu.
cannot.
Alright, you carry her with relative ease. Kind of tuck your arms around her the back of her thighs and just piggyback her.
Alright,
You do know that I can't defend like this.
Oh yeah.
You'll be fine.
You're gonna get sneak attacked in the face.
Liana will jump down next, and after she lands, she'll pull out her lantern, and, you know...
Oh, Liana? Okay, Liana
Yes.
pulls out her lantern. Is Liana at the bank?
I think Glant is still up, I think.
Yeah.
Alright.
I'd recommend, sorry. When everybody is down, Aegon will motion for Liana to be with him, since Liana has the map.
Alright.
Oh yeah.
Alright, so Liana, the sewers is large, is wide enough to handle at least maybe 4 people, give or take. It's quite a very wide sewer entrance. So you
Laniel
very comfortably walk next to each other.
hops down and casts light on a rock that he's been holding on to for a while. If you remember, he was actually tossing the rock back and forth at the campfire. Ugh.
You need to get yourself a new rock.
I'll try. I'll cast it on my dagger. I'll just cast it on a shitload of rocks and start throwing them.
Yeah, now that she's down there, she'll move up to where Aegon... Liana moves up to where Aegon is and takes out the sewer map, so that those who need to see it can see it, so we can plot our way through.
So the blacksmith sort of peeks in once everyone is down, and he tentatively sort of slowly climbs down the ladder and drops down behind you guys with a splash. As he looks at you and kind of sidles up to the closest person in the back, he kind of looks at everyone and asks, so what were the kegs for?
Burning.
None of you brought them down.
You didn't bring them down?
Idiots.
I thought we brought them.
Nope.
I wasn't here for this, you can't blame me.
We backtrack and get them?
Well, out of character, my thought was,
Do you drop them in first?
Why bring them down when we're not sure exactly where we're going yet?
Oh yeah, good point. Yeah,
So we can find out where we need to go instead of spend the whole time rolling kegs, rolling kegs, rolling kegs, rolling kegs. Hopefully, don't get attacked while we're rolling kegs. That way we can find out where we're going.
Yeah, see, the monk knows what he's doing. I've got a wisdom score of 6.
And to be
Is
fair,
that wisdom or intelligence? Because of wisdom.
to be fair, a few of us are still carrying fertilizer sacks, so they'll still burn if need be.
Okay.
Yeah.
So as all of you walk through the sort of dank, sort of almost rancid scent of you would associate with the sewers, kind of wafts into your nostrils. But otherwise, everything is quite relatively fine as you pass through. You notice that there's the scuttling of very tiny spiders and the webs left behind on the top and the edges from where they've made their home. Otherwise, and the few skittling of cockroaches and other pests. But otherwise, you see nothing that quite captures your attention. The blacksmith sort of scuttles up to the front towards Liana, and he looks at the map. He peeks over to look at the map, and he asks, "Is it all right if I take a gander?"
Wait, so he wants to go forward alone, or
He scuttles. No, he scuttles to walk next to Liana as he tries to peek at the map and asks to see if he can give it a look.
Liana nods and moves the map so he can get a good look at it.
Okay, as he takes the map, the blacksmith sort of turns around and kind of says to Lania, "I hope that doesn't happen to you again either." And then he looks back, and he sort of points out where you guys are now. From what you can see, Liana and Aegon, as you peek over, you can see that his hand is sort of trailing along a very straight sewer system, and it seems to branch off into multiple directions from where you will be heading. And he says, "I'm not quite sure where the direction we might have to go after this. I could have sworn that we might have been able to encounter something at this point, but I do know that along this path," and he points to one of the ones going more so right than anything else, maybe perhaps northeast-ish. He says, "This path leads towards one of the more quieter districts, if you will. It's sort of the dumps of our city. No one really ever quite goes there."
Well, we know that this whole started with, the people that you didn't notice, the homeless, the people that tend to live in the dumps. Perhaps it started there?
The blacksmith sort of shrugs and shakes his head. I'm not quite sure, but it's worth a try. If you think that's best.
Sure, that makes sense.
Okay, so as you all sort of follow the general direction that he's led you in, and you converse quietly amongst yourself, you suddenly hear. Sorry, go on.
I just want to roll sense motive.
For the blacksmith, sure. Roll
Yeah.
sense motive. You find that the blacksmith is speaking the truth. He doesn't seem to be in any sort of trying to bluff you or fake you in any way. However, you do seem to notice that he's sweating a little bit more.
I don't say anything, but I make sure I've got a sword ready. Sword in one
Alright.
hand, lantern in the other. Actually, there's how many light sources do we have?
You have one lantern ahead. You have Suzu continuously casting her dancing lights, which kind of appears cute little flames around her, kind of swirls around her ass. And you have Laniel
Okay, I
meandering near
extinguish
the
my
back.
torch and put it back in my bag, and draw my other sword.
Okay, so you have both swords.
But actually, no, sword, fireball.
Okay,
I
you
have
have one
two weapons
Molotov
fighting.
and one.
There's no rules
One
against
Molotov
that.
and one sword. Perfect. Okay.
Yep.
In case it's too much, you can always take the cloth out and just take a swig.
yeah.
All right. So as you continue to approach further, you find that the nest of webs start to grow thicker and thicker, and you see it start to line the walls a bit more. And the blacksmith sort of stops and kind of looks around, and he's like, I'm not sure if we quite want to go this way.
Can I tell if these webs are like natural, or is this we're going to be fighting giant spiders?
You find that they seem to just have been accumulated over time. They're kind of some are darker than others, having collected some dust, and they're kind of heavier than others. Some are relatively newer, but it seems to be a collection over the years.
These tunnels are made of stone, yeah?
Yes.
I set them on fire.
While all of you are here,
But like we've just like
it's sorry, yeah, it's in front of you.
yeah,
over your
like
head.
we're not in them. I say to the others, do you want to just set these on fire rather than having to deal with them as we go through? Do we have any reason not to burn them?
You have to ask the rest of your group.
That's what I'm asking, yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
tunnels, air, yeah.
Tunnels, sewers as well. Gas.
Oh yeah, noxious fumes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
fair point.
and
I nod to-
burning gas.
I nod to the monk and just start cutting the webs as I go.
Okay, as you go. Okay.
No, no, I
The
was
blacksmith.
gonna
The blacksmith sort of stutters out. If we might be able to go another way around, it's a bit longer. But if this area hasn't been cleaned out for a while, we don't generally take care of the sewer section around this area because there's so few people living around here.
Well, if there's webs here, then the slimes and the other creatures, the dust zombies, can't have been through here. Look, these are months old. This way's got to be safer because nothing can have come through here.
Okay, and he sort of nods and acquisits.
Like if the
That
other way
makes
has
sense.
people, if the other way has people going through it, there's probably going to be a couple gel corpses over there.
That makes sense. Yeah. And he sort of follows.
Can Laniel cast Mage Hand on his dagger and then just have it like spin on the webs and just like sort of
Just spin like 20 feet in front of them.
yeah, just blind
Sure.
its way through. All right, he does that. he steps next to Jules and tosses the dagger out and levitates it and just spins it through the webs.
It's
Useful.
quite slow, but it manages to do the job as it slowly sort of cleans and slices away the webbing that may have impede your way.
Well, we've got to move at a dwarf movement speed anyway, so.
In water.
So you carefully. It's not that much water. It's
Okay.
a little bit above ankle height, so you kind of slosh through it. But otherwise, you're okay. As you progress through, you hear the scuttling of and you see a few spiders sort of come out and greet you, having seen their home start being taken apart.
If they come close enough, I stab them.
You can certainly try.
Like an inch in diameter spider, and you just like
I'm a
lunge at a
ninja.
wall.
Excuse me, ninja.
Your shit rolls from before say otherwise.
Excuse me.
You're
2
excused. Get
one-shots
out.
so far.
You're excused. Get out.
I did get up, and I sat back down.
I said get out, not up.
Okay, yeah, a few more spiders sort of scuttle along, and try and walk along and look at what's happening. But otherwise, there's no real threat so far. You keep walking ahead for a bit more of a distance. The air is still and rancid. Before you hear this blood-curdling scream reverberating through the air, seemingly from the sewer passage then you're following. Perception? Okay, you
Yeah, I
roll.
want to join in that.
Alright. Roll perception.
It's dark.
Jules.
What was I saying about shitty ninja?
Jules kind of squints.
It's dark.
Oh.
You have Shock's like, it's really dark.
He's a half-elf though!
Shucks, like it's so dark that I'm seeing like.
No.
it's-
Suzu's like panicking and like
Covering
covering his eyes.
Yeah.
Oh
Shock. Miraz is kind of peeking, trying to peek
14.
through her fingers. Is kind of grapples with her.
What? Oh, that wow.
Physical, please.
I got a 10. Okay. So who is the most perceptive? Aegon? With the
Hang
nine?
Aegon,
on, hang on.
yes.
Yeah.
I got a 14.
14 as well. Okay, Aegon got a 19?
Yes.
Okay, Liana and Suzu both notice that the sound is quite distant, but as with every step that you take forward, it gets closer and closer. The sort of scream and the cry and the sound of almost scuffling, if you would. Aegon, with your incredible vision and your training, you're able to sort of see almost the faintest glimmer of light at what seems to be a little bit to the left, like around a corner of the tunnel. It's about a 10 feet distance and then a bit of a corner. You can see light trickling through from that side.
He will approach the corner and sort of peek around it.
You kick around it and you feel nothing.
No, peek.
Oh,
Look.
peek around it.
What does that even do?
Goddamn fucking corner!
That's my bad. So as the group sort of follows you behind you, you peek around the corner and you see that there's a door, a sort of a wooden, decrepit door. It's mossy, covered in the remains of age, very worn, and it's ajar slightly. And from the gap, you can see the trickle of light peeking through. The blood curdling scream seems to be resonating from wherever that is.
Aegon will motion for everybody to approach, and once they get to the door, he will point at Jules and himself and make some kind of sneaky hand motion.
Yep. No,
Okay.
you just give me a look, and we just drop into sneak mode. We've got this. We're sneak.
He kind of crouches a bit, like he bends his knees, and kind of just.
Yeah.
Jules just fucking face plants in the water. Fucking fan, stop turning off. Damn it.
Okay, Suzu lets her lights drop. Liana is stood the back, her lantern up with Glant and his little rock in his hand. Jules and Aegon both creep up towards the door. What would you like to do?
I'm at the door.
Yes, you're both sort of behind the door, the little side areas.
Right. I want to use sleight of hand to very quietly open the door, or try and open
The
it.
door is already ajar, but so basically you can push it further.
Yeah, I just want to push it.
Okay, you push it further.
Yeah. Does it creak horribly?
9. It creaks horribly loudly.
That's 9, just so you know.
Oh, it's a 9? Damn.
Yeah, I have hilariously
Damn.
high stealth skills.
Damn it. God damn it.
Damn! I want to just go.
It creaks mildly loud.
Loudly, loudly.
It meows.
It's kind of like a little squeak, like.
It's a mouse.
Yeah, so it's sort of a little bit, and it creaks a bit open, and as more light pours through, you sort of you see sort of the shadow of something fly across the room and smash into smithereens, and you hear someone shout, "No! Stop! You can't run!" And you just hear like the scuffling and the sound of a fight almost.
I want to sneak into the room.
Yeah, I was gonna say, can you sneak into the room?
Yeah.
Okay,
I'll
you both
sneak in.
sneak into the room? Okay, you both sneak into the room. The first thing you see is a human. Sort of his ears are slightly pointed, like the indication of the half elf, and he's black, matted hair, and he has the insignia of the Juradan army, sort of emboldened on his shoulder. And you see him sort of on his knees with sort of something wrapped, sort of tentacle wrapped around his forehead, as he's crouched down and is sort of screaming and yelling in pain. And the tentacle sort of leads as you follow it with your eyes. You sort of see as it leads back to this small, almost 2 fist size, if not more, sort of this gooey, wet, slimy, brain-like creature.
Does it have eyeballs?
It does not have eyeballs. And it turns
What
to the
reach
both of you.
does that look like? Wait,
Sorry?
oh shit, blind sense, fuck. What reach did it look like it just had when it tentacle attacked?
It didn't attack it. All you saw was that it had already wrapped around the man who's currently on his knees, and it's sort of levitating above it. And it has one of its tentacles around it. The other one is sort of floating harmless in the air.
I am sick and
sort
tired of hostages being within firebomb range.
And it kind of turns to look at you, and it doesn't say anything, but you hear it telepathically ring in your heads, all of your heads. Welcome, mortals. I've been waiting for you. So good of you to finally arrive.
I want to stand up and roll sense motive because it's already sensed me.
Okay, roll sense motive, sure.
It's a brain.
Yeah. All you can see is that it doesn't seem to have good motives. Considering the fact that it's trying to squeeze something out of this man in front of you, who had been associated with the army that you'd been sent by.
Right.
Do we all go in when Aegon motions?
Yeah, all of you can rush in.
Yeah.
As you see as you finally see sort of the tentacle kind of squeezing the man's head as he screams, as his dying screams sort of slowly fitter out, and the ooze, or whatever it is, the slimy thing, it uses its tentacle to sort of release and toss aside the half elf as he slumps to the floor.
Script, using my own sense motive.
You can also sense motive.
I'd like to as well.
All right. What are you looking for exactly?
I don't know. I just want to cast it to see what Lyanna feels is going on. Okay.
Both of you feel sort of dread staring at this creature. You feel like it seems to know more than anyone else seems to have in this area, and you are aware that it's not naturally in this sort of area.
Could I make some kind of knowledge arcana check?
Mm-hmm.
All right. +5. Oh shit! God damn it! Son of a bitch. Can I roll?
Lonnie Elf thinks this may actually be a hologram.
You know, it might.
Knowledge arcana.
Suzu agrees with this.
What's Suzu's bonus?
Mine's +5. Get a 7.
So you get a 7. Suzu gets an 8. The both of you have heard or read about this creature before. It's a very small, sort of floating, brain-like, gooey, slimy creature,
Really?
if you will, and you believe that it's some sort of magical summon having gone wrong. Of sorts. You're not quite sure of the origins, you're not quite sure of how or why it came, but you know that it's not naturally here, and you know that it's by no means ever friendly or good, if you will. It's born of very dark magic.
So you said a summoning spell gone wrong? Or so, rather, my question is, if the dispel magic scroll would be of any use against this creature?
It would not be. It has a life of its own.
Okay.
It's not necessarily a summon or an immediate summon. It's not like it's just a creature that's been born of magic, of someone's conjuring.
What? Now that we're in the room, what else is in the room? While they're like staring intently at it, trying to divine all this information, Aegon will be observing the room.
You see the half elf sort of slumped there. Again, the insignia from the army that you had been sent by. His clothes, the way he's armed, the way he's dressed, sort of indicates that he is a sort of arcane user of sorts. Around the room, you see sort of the broken tables and chairs of what used to be, you would assume, a break room or some sort of gathering room for the people who used to work at the sewers. And you see a small lantern up above, lighting everything up, as well as the cobwebs remaining and dust of a room having been left alone for so long.
Does it?
So
There's no other way in or out of the room, just this one door.
Seemingly, yes. Just this
It's a
one.
mage. You could have just teleported. I'm not a caster. Alright, I can't ask that question.
Sorcerer.
From what, Jules? Does it look like there's ritual circles on the ground?
There may be some ooze tracks, and just the man that you had seen.
How close is the man to him?
The man is perhaps just say a few steps away from him. From the ooze.
Not directly under him, though.